Howdy. Oh hi Nadbash. How's it Hanjin? My son tossed up a Roman salute and I was about to get mad, then he asked, wanna buy a Cybertruck? I've never been prouder. Legacy secured. Amazing. Getting started soon. Toss any links to cool stories into the Discord.
Oh, hi. Hello. How you doing? My name is Waldo, and I'm here to feel the politics with you. How is everybody today? I'm glad you're here. It's Saturday. It's sunny. You can see the grotesque day star. Look at this. Look at this sunlight. I hate it. It's coming in through the ceiling with a little skylight, and then it fills my house with light, and I hate it. I could not be more unhappy with this. Um, Grotesque day star. You have to avoid all of that light. It will give you cancer. I don't know if you know that, but it does. And if you're watching carefully, you saw a little Muppet running around in the background. He's right here. Let me grab the little Muppet. We're going to start the day. Nice, bright, sunny day with a Bobo bark break. Let's put him up on screen. You love him. I love him. It's the only reason anybody ever comes here. They don't like me. They just want the small little bit of puppy dog. And I get it. I appreciate that. I recognize that.
Bork break.
This is Bobo. He is a baby bark boy, and he is barking up a storm this morning. You'll probably hear him as he runs around outside. It's nice and sunny, so we keep the door open, let him run around outside. I'll try to get some photos of him today. Whoa, quit wiggling. You got to be on the internet. He is a Muppet. Look at him. He's a ragamuffin. He's a Muppet. He's just a floppy little mop. And let's picture here. There you go. And so he's going to be running around all day today, barking up a storm. As cars drive by and motorcycles come around, he will flop around. He will bark. It's a good way to start the day. He's rolling around on top of a rawhide bone. It's adorable. You can't see it, but you have to imagine it. If you want to see more of Bobo, you can go on over to the Discord right here. There's an entire channel of photos that I've taken of him and the other dog, Louie. He doesn't come up here all that often, though, so he doesn't get to be on the internet very much. But there's photos there. There's an entire channel for them. Feel free to put your own dog photos there. Also acceptable. If you've got a bark boy, put him in the channel, and maybe I'll show him on the screen. Honestly, what else have I got to do all day? Then put them in there and then Photoshop them. Photoshop Bobo into weird places. That is also an idea. If you look at the thumbnail that my YouTube videos have for the live streams, it's Bobo standing on a mountain of skulls, because KPP, a very cool guy who's winning the point race, photoshopped it just because it would be fun. And so I put it into the thumbnail for the live streams. If you go onto YouTube, you'll see those. So that is very fun. That's very cool. If you make stuff, if you Photoshop the Bobo, I'll put it up on screen. We'll all share it together. It'll be a good time. We'll have a little community, and it'll be great. What else? Let's think. Oh yeah, if I was thinking, I need if you put a start screen, like this start screen right here. Look at it. If you find good memes, I'll put them up on the start screen. If you've got a better background for me or something like that, I'll put it up on the start screen. Been using that one for a little while, ever since the other one that I had got kicked off, because it was Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel ceiling, and it has the guy, and he's sitting there, and he's touching it with the finger, and then the fingers are coming together. But then his dinger is out, so we had to. I got in trouble for having a man dinger on my start screen, and so Twitch banned me for 3 days for nudity. It's very sad. I've been using it for like 2 years before they noticed it, so I had a pretty good run. I can't complain too much. But yeah, if you want to make something on the start screen, you very much could. And whatever you put there, the art is too spicy.
Art is too spicy.
It's true. Art is very spicy, and they couldn't handle it, so I had to change it up. I thought about putting just some boxer shorts on him with the Twitch logo. I think you can you buy Twitch boxer shorts? I don't even know if that's a thing. I'm going to look it up, though. I bet you can. Let me start my web scroll. This is not the politics, but it is kind of politics, you know? I'm going to go to Google, and then we're going to type in Twitch boxer shorts. Am I allowed to stream wearing boxer shorts? Good God. Ugh, no, I don't see any. right on the top. So I'm going to assume that there isn't an official Twitch boxer short. But I was going to create it and then put it on him. But I just changed it up. So if you want to change it up, hit me up, send it into the Discord. It's right here. Put fan art into the Discord, or memes or funny ideas or jingles for when you want the tinfoil hat to happen. If you write a little song, a little jingle, I'll play it every time I put the tinfoil hat on. Just saying, it's right there. You see me looking at it? I'm looking at the tinfoil hat. And I'm not going to put it on right now because I don't have a jingle. What can you do about that? Is there anything you can do about that? Just asking, just thinking. Anywho, that's enough goofing around. Let's talk about the very important news. There is important news, and then we're going to play some video games. It'll be a good time. I'm going to have Canooch, the lovely lady Canooch TTS, turned off for the moment until we get back to video games. So I'll make little segments. I'll put them on the internet and turn them into YouTube videos so that people can watch them. If you want to watch the YouTube videos, you can do that right there. There's the YouTube link. And the Canooch often disrupts the YouTube. So we'll turn it off for now until we start with the video games and the free flowing section of the stream, you know? So it's fun. It's a good time. What is in the news? Oh yeah. I'm torturing you, Trader Todd. Sorry. Let's see. Web crap. There we go. Supreme Court rules. Trump officials must facilitate release of man deported to El Salvador. So this is the latest in the ongoing battle for the innocent man sent to the torture camp. It's a bad time for this guy. U.S. Supreme Court has ruled unanimously, 9-0, that the Trump administration must try to release a Maryland man who was mistakenly deported to mega jail in El Salvador. In a 9-0 ruling, the justices declined to block a lower court's order to facilitate bringing back Kilmar Abrego Garcia. But they had also said Judge Paula Zinnes may have exceeded her authority. How can you do both of those at the same time? I'm not entirely sure. But this is good news. On Friday, Judge Zinnes directed the Trump administration to provide her with daily updates on what steps they are taking to bring Mr. Garcia back to the U.S. because we sent him there with no evidence, no court trial, no sentence. We just felt like he belonged there, so we sent him. The government has conceded Mr. Garcia was deported due to an administrative error, though it also alleges that he is a member of the MS-13 gang, which his lawyer denies. If you can't prove things in court, then legally they aren't true. I know this shocks the conservatives that might be listening. If you're not proving legal things in court with evidence, then they're not legal. Man, courts are where evidence reign, and we like courts because they have evidence and they appreciate facts, evidence, and juries and people who pay attention to those kinds of things. Feeling like somebody's a member of MS-13 doesn't count in a court. You could feel like they are. I talk about feelings all day, every day, because all politics are based on feelings. You know it, I know it. They know it too. But you can't bullshit your way through a court case based on feelings. They need evidence. It gives Trump a loophole to not comply. Yeah, it does. Originally, judge acted inappropriately, so we don't have to comply. Yeah, exactly. That's what they're doing. They're creating doubt. Doubt, again, is another feeling. They only have feelings. They don't have evidence. They don't have facts. They don't have laws to stand up, to hold, to back themselves up. They have only feelings. We felt like he's a threat. We sent him to the thing. We feel like this judge is wrong. No laws saying that the judge is wrong. We feel like the judge has overstepped her bounds. There's no rules or laws suggesting that, but they feel it, okay? Donald Trump's entire administration is just based on feels. Always has been. Let's keep reading, however. Mr. Garcia, a Salvadoran, is one of the dozens of alleged gang members, migrants placed by the U.S. on military planes last month and flown to El Salvador's notorious CSAT under an arrangement between the two countries. Following the Supreme Court's order, lawyers for the Trump administration went in front of Judge Zinnes of the Maryland District Court on Friday to explain how they will release Mr. Garcia. The judge asked the government to explain by that morning how they planned to bring Mr. Garcia back, but Justice Department attorneys filed a motion asking for the deadline to be extended until Tuesday evening. In a 2-page filing, government lawyers called her deadlines impracticable. Impracticable. That's a stupid word. Dumb. During an at times tense hearing that lasted about half an hour, Judge Zinnes repeatedly pressed the Justice Department for specifics on Mr. Garcia's whereabouts. I'm not asking for state secrets, the judge said. I'm asking for a very simple question. Where is he? And yeah, you're right. Trader Todd, nothing more than feelings. Why isn't chat showing up on screen? Why isn't YouTube chat showing up on screen? That's weird. YouTube chat showing up on stream. I don't see it. I hate it when that happens. I love you, YouTube chat, and I want you to be here. And I want you to participate, Trader Todd. I really do. But the internet doesn't like you. I don't know why. I hit F5. Hopefully it won't ruin literally everything ever forever. But it might. The F5 is a very powerful button. Anywho, what are we talking about? Sorry, I got derailed. Infinite rerolls. That's right, Shinzento. Donald Trump gets infinite rerolls. That was the wish he made on a twisted monkey's paw about 60 years ago. He stumbled upon a twisted, gnarled up monkey's paw, and an old gypsy lady, told him that it grants wishes. And then he held it and said, I wish I got infinite rerolls. And then he did. And then the monkey paw moved slightly. He threw it down, freaked out. It's very scary. And now he gets infinite rerolls. And he gets to retry and try and try again forever, eternally, no matter what. Even when he's wrong, even when things are incorrect, even when the Supreme Court shoots him down, he gets to try again. Most people don't get to try again after the Supreme Court shuts you down, but Donald Trump does because he gets the infinite rerolls. I'm not happy about this, but it is the way of the world. He made the wish. And usually the monkey's paw wishes have like a surprise negative effect on you later, but it actually had a negative effect on the gypsy lady. She wished for the monkey's paw, you see. Judge Zinnes ultimately ruled that the government must provide her with daily updates. Yeah, that makes sense. Just tell us what you've done today. I mean, Elon can ask everybody in the government to send out an email on what you did today. I mean, so can Judge Zinnes. In court documents, Garcia's lawyers accused the government of trying to delay, obfuscate, and flout court orders while a man's life and safety is at risk. It's an emergency appeal to the Supreme Court last week. Trump administration argued the Judge Zinnes lacked the authority to issue the order to return Mr. Garcia by Monday night, and that U.S. officials could not compel El Salvador to return him. That's some bullshit. We sent him there. We are paying them to keep him. We are providing them money. They are providing us a service. Just like any other service agreement, we provide the money. They give us the service, which this time is jail, eternal, forever torture jail. And if we want someone out of that eternal, forever torture jail, we simply have to ask. And what would happen if they said no? Then we'd stop sending people there and we'd stop sending the money. The person who runs the eternal, forever super jail does not want to lose that money. So he's going to comply with anything that the government asks him. It's just how it works, man. If Netflix wants your money, they're going to give you relatively something in return. And if you say, I don't like this part about Netflix, maybe they're providing you a service, you know? YouTube chat is not showing up on screen. I don't know why. I see it on my screen. but it's not showing up here. You guys are chatting in YouTube chat, and I love you, and Actual Cloud. Thank you for being here, but it's not showing up on the screen, and I don't know why. I'm going to close. Well, I don't want to close the YouTube stream, because that would dick up the whole plan. Let me press a button, maybe, and have it pop back up, but I don't think so. Yeah, once the stream starts, it's real hard to change the settings. They tend to goof up. Where is my chat? Combo chat. I'm going to look at it, and I haven't changed any of the settings. That's what kills me the most about the streaming stuff. I don't move anything. I don't change anything. I don't change the settings in between streams, but sometimes they just don't work. Nobody knows how. Nobody knows why. They just don't work. You remember that stupid fake Einstein quote about doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results is insanity, right? Okay, well, when you're working with streams in OBS, you do the same thing over and over again, and you do get a different result. And it drives you crazy. Makes you insane. Let me pop this chat out again. Are you updating software, or maybe software is updating between streams? And that's probably what it is in Actual Cloud. The software itself gets an update, and because that software gets an update, it breaks things. But I'm not doing the one doing it. This is their fault. They should stop doing that. Stop updating software. We're done. Okay, it's over. Okay, we have enough software. We have all the right software. It's all in the right place. It all works. Quit updating it. I know. That's not how this works, Waldo. I know. I'm sorry. I know. Let me go to my streaming software real quick, and then we're going to, it's always in Spanish, and I don't understand why. English, don't speak it to Spanish. Log in with Twitch. There we go. But if you're going over to the Twitch chat, you can still chat, but I'm going to try and fix it. And maybe everything will go wrong. Maybe. This is all going to explode, and I'll look like an idiot. Chat, software. Can you hear the Bark Boys barking in the background? I'm curious. They're outside, and this window's open, so they are barking at everything. I'm not sure if you can hear it or not. It's just me being curious. Do you hear it? You cannot. Okay, interesting. Okay, so the mic gates somewhat work because I set those up as well, so that you should only hear my voice. But you should only hear my voice. Never listen to anything else. Never listen to anyone else. Nobody else is going to tell you the truth. Not like me. Where is my chat thingy? I know it exists. Alerts, perhaps. No. Chatbot. I have a combined chat web link that I have to put into OBS, and then it puts all the chats together. So if I think I copy that, put it back in there, maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll work. But I forget where the hell it is, because again, I don't touch these things. I leave them alone so that I don't screw it up. No. Is in the widgets. Is in the alerts tab. No, it's not there either. Is it in the... Nope. I don't know where it is. I don't know where it went. Man, I've got this like URL that I copy paste into OBS, and from OBS it puts all the chats right here. But some OBS update has dicked up YouTube streaming, and that's sad, and I'm sorry. I apologize to all the fun people on YouTube. I will read your stuff out loud because YouTube hates you. It's not me. YouTube hates you. And we're going to keep talking about hate and how much everybody hates everything. So let's continue on with the news anyway. What the hell were we talking about? Oh, yeah. U.S. Solicitor General Dean John Sauer wrote in his emergency court filing, the Constitution charges the president, not federal district courts, with the conduct of foreign diplomacy and protecting the nation against foreign terrorists, including by effectuating their removal. This person is not a terrorist. You have not proven in a court that this person is a foreign terrorist. If you could prove that, then it would fall to the executive and the State Department to remove him. This has not been proven, and they've admitted that it's not true. This is the thing about conservatism. He's a foreign terrorist. Okay, well, you said it was also an administrative error. Well, yeah, but he's a foreign terrorist. But it's also an administrative error. Yes, all the things are true at the same time. The conservatives and the people who work for Donald Trump, especially him, change whatever the hell they say at any given moment to get what they want. They don't care if they contradict themselves. And this is the difficulty of debating and arguing with them and pointing out their flaws. When I point out their flaws, they just change their position. Hey, he was sent accidentally. They're like, yeah, but he's a terrorist. Okay, you can't prove that. Yeah, but he is. And here's the proof that we said one cop called him a terrorist one time. Okay, well, can you prove that in court? No. It's an administrative error. It's not a moving goalpost. It's a rotating goalpost that just spins around all the time. It just goes around and around and around and around and around. And it doesn't matter. And once you finally can't prove through debate, logic, and what's the other word? When you prove it through debate and logic, they just rotate around to go back to where they started. It's of no value to debate them. You can't debate them. They don't care. Actual Cloud, I think you're right. I didn't update. So something went wrong. I did not do the update because I started OBS this morning. Surprise, there's an update, and I skipped it. Or I said, remind me later. And now YouTube chat doesn't work. If I had said yes, then stream would have been 5 minutes later, or it would have broke something else. It's a no-win situation. Just like debating with conservatives. Here we go. What do we got? We got... So last week they said that they weren't going to bring it back because the judge can't tell the State Department what to do in national foreign affairs. But the judge wasn't telling El Salvador what to do. The judge was telling the American government what to do, and they can do that. Judges can tell the government what to do. It's kind of how the whole system works. But they hate that system. The conservatives don't like the fact that a judge can tell them they're wrong. They want a king. They want a dictator. They want Donnie to be the number one sole authority within the entire country. If he says it's true. If he says it's not true, then it's not. And that will change every day because they are authoritarians. They don't care about the laws or the rules. Those are made up by the authority. Okay? And Donnie's the authority. That's the absolute basis of every single thing that you see happening right now. Donnie said it. That makes it true. He's the authority. That makes it true. That makes it real. That makes it correct. Doesn't matter if it's against the Constitution. Doesn't matter if it's against the law. Doesn't matter if it's against what the people want. Doesn't matter if it's against states' rights or human rights or your First Amendment. Doesn't matter. Donnie said it. That makes it the truth. And that's the country you live in now. It's the country I live in. I wish it weren't that way, but it is. While we're on this subject, let's see. Mahmoud Khalil can be deported. Now, why can he be deported even though he has a green card and hasn't committed any crimes? Well, it's because, according to Secretary of State Marco Rubio, He determined that Khalil had engaged in anti-Semitic protests and disruptive activities, which foster a hostile environment for Jewish students in the U.S. He committed thought crimes. That's the other part of the bad news today. Thought crimes can make them take your green card away. Thought crimes can make them take your visas away. Thought crimes will soon be illegal. It will soon be illegal to say the things that I am telling you today. It will soon be illegal for me to tell you that Donald Trump is an authoritarian. That will soon be a crime. And they will prosecute me for saying it. They'll prosecute you for saying it. They might even prosecute you for watching. So enjoy it while you can. Have a good time. I'm glad you're here committing all these crimes with me. Because he will, Trader John, thanks a lot. Thinking will be a crime if you're thinking wrong. And that's the problem. This person, Mahmoud Khalil, has done wrong thoughts. And he has expressed those wrong thoughts in public. That means he is hurt by the government. The government harms him if he thinks wrong. I can't put it any more clearly, any more blatantly, any more obviously. Mahmoud Khalil is being hurt by the government because he thought things that the government doesn't like. There's no way to soften that up. There's no other way. You can, the press has softened it up. They have put a whole bunch of horse shit in there. But that's the end point. That's where we are. That's the effective explanation. He had a thought. He expressed that thought. They don't like that thought. The government will punish him. The government will hurt him in any way that they feel like. Right now, they're deporting him. But it's only going to get worse because they're going to come for everybody else, too. Because they're going to come for more people. Let's see. He's in the Louisiana detention center because the Louisiana judge would be more likely to accept the bullshit that Donald Trump puts out. Why is he in Louisiana? Because there are no rules. The laws don't mean anything to authoritarians. They make them up as they go. He isn't from Louisiana. He's never been to Louisiana, but the judge there is appointed by Trump and agrees with Trump most of the time, so that's where they'll hold the trial. That's it. There's no reason. There's no other reason for it. Explain it to me. Conservatives, they can't. They don't want to explain anything. They just make shit up. They'll just say that this is they'll baffle you with bullshit. They'll ramble on about how none of the things are how it has to be done in Louisiana. They'll give you some bullshit answers, but the reason is this judge will agree with Donald Trump. After the ruling, Khalil told the judge, "I would like to quote what you said last time, that there's nothing that's more important to this court than due process rights and fundamental fairness. Clearly, what we witnessed today, neither of these principles were present today or in this whole process." So he did not get a proper process, and the court says that the most important thing is the due process. They lie right to your face. They are not reasonable people. They will throw this person out for the words that he said and then claim to be First Amendment heroes. They will claim to protect the First Amendment and then kick people out for using the First Amendment. They will claim to protect the country from terrorists, and then they will sell people green cards for $5 million. They will kick people out for the words they say and then claim that they were terrorists afterward with no evidence. They will throw people into the gulag with no evidence and then claim that the evidence is secret and you can't see it. And they know we can't bring it to a court. No, we can't talk about it. No, we can't explain it to you. No, we can't show it to the press. No, we can't show it to a judge to get a warrant. That's all takes too long. He's been here for 10 years, so we have to get him out now. Any minute now, he's going to go rogue for ISIS. This is bad news. The last story was kind of good news, but they're going to ignore it. And that's where I think we're going to get. That's what I'm suspecting happens next. They start to ignore the things that the judges are saying. And in the Louisiana court, will just say, nah, it's fine. Donald Trump's allowed to do that. And then the Supreme Court, if they are fed the right line of bullshit, will agree with Donald Trump when they can. The people on the Supreme Court, the conservatives on the Supreme Court, want to agree with Donald Trump. They really, really, really do. But you have to feed them the right bullshit so that they can compute it through their conservative brains and then put out the correct answer. Okay, it's sort of like computing, I suppose. You put in the information, it does some work, and then it gives you an answer. If you put in the right bullshit, it will get computed by those conservatives, and then you get the conservative answer. If you put in the real bullshit, the real facts, the real logic, the real intelligence, the real law, it will get computed and come out against Donald Trump. They can't do that. So they're very picky. They're very choosing. Instead of trying him where he lived, they move it to Louisiana. They will find any process incorrectness that they can find to throw these things out because they hate you. They do not like you. They do not want people doing things in the country. America is of and for the corporations. The people are some sort of weird, ancient thing that we got to get rid of. Okay? You exist to buy shit from a corporation. The corporations run the show. They are in charge. They are the people in charge. They are the people who pay the politicians. They are the people who make all the money. They make the world work. They make all the stuff. You're an afterthought. And I've gone off the rails. They don't like you. ICE is using a random British guy's tattoo to identify Trinidad gang members. I'm just an average middle-aged man from Derbyshire, the man told the BBC after seeing his tattoo in a DHS training document. They don't care about you. I wanted to see the photo. Son of a bitch. This photo was here earlier. God fucking computer. Fucking shit, dude. Very mad at computers today. It was a cool photo right there when I loaded this up at 8 a.m. this morning. And it's not here now. And when I hit F5, it doesn't show up. And that makes me very unhappy. I wanted to look at it because it was cool. Okay, it showed up this time. There it is. There we go. So let's look at this photo. This one right here, with a clock and just some stuff, is a guy from England. A random British guy. Why is it here? Because it looks scary. Because it scares the people at ICE. They feel. Dude, this is one of the most common fucking tattoos. I've met hundreds of plain Jane white dudes with this fucking tattoo of the star. Crown, AK-47, Michael Jordan, and the number 23. That's scary. A train. Scary. This is a gang sign, obviously, and whatever these are. Now, I'm not saying these aren't things that are common among these people, but what is the reason for this? The reason is because they operate off feelings. The ICE agents feel like these are scary. And if they feel scary, then they can arrest you. If an ICE agent feels like you are a threat, you go to the gulag. The accusation is all that matters. They don't have to prove it in a court of law anymore. They don't have to get a warrant. They don't have to go through judges. They will deport you immediately. Within hours, you're in the gulag, and it might take you years to get back. We don't know. No one's ever come back yet. It's only been a couple of months, but no one's come back yet. If this guy does if Mr. Garcia gets brought back, Donald Trump doesn't want that. Donald Trump could have him. The State Department of the American can have him back in a matter of hours. They could have him back, but they don't want to, because every single camera in the world will be pointed at him, and they will ask, Are you a gang member? And he will say no. Have you done any crimes? He will say no. What happened while you're over there? And he will describe literal, actual, unlawful torture by the Geneva Conventions. We will listen to the words he says and compare them to the Geneva Conventions. And our government will have done war crimes that could be brought up at The Hague. And I'm not even kidding. We declared war on the cartels. So we're in emergency wartime actions right now. So if you're in emergency wartime actions, the things that our government did to this man could be brought up at the fucking Hague. And I think they will be and should be. Trader John says, what's the current status of Mr. Garcia? This is getting to be a joke after the last Supreme Court ruling. So the latest for Mr. Garcia right now is that 9-0, the Supreme Court said, you must bring him back. Judge Zinnia has demanded daily updates. The government has done none of those things. They have not given government daily updates. They have not said that they will bring him back. They have not said when they're going to schedule it or how they're going to do it or what work they have done to do so. They are just being real quiet and saying nothing because they don't want the thing I was describing to happen. They do not want him to show up. They do not want him to be in front of a camera. Even if they didn't, or Mr. Garcia is here legally. He was in America legally. A judge allowed him to stay. He met with a judge. They went through the legal process. He went through the legal process properly. And the judge said, yes, you are allowed to stay. Now, will they bring him back here? Probably not. They're not going to want to. The Trump administration is going to say, okay, when they're forced to, after a few more weeks of bullshitting and lying and dodging court orders, they will finally tell the El Salvador Gulag leader, the president of El Salvador running the Gulag, to let this one guy out. But they won't schedule him to show up here. They won't put him in a van and put him on a plane and bring him back over here. No. They're probably, when forced, just going to say, okay, let him out. And then he's going to be let out. Hopefully, he runs and hides from all the people that in El Salvador that do literally want to kill him. That's why he was allowed to stay, because they were trying to murder him. Hopefully, the reporters are there and they see him and they say, hey, come with us. It's going to have to be like a reporter or something like that. That's going to be like, hey, come with me. I will pay for you to come back to America so we can talk to you. And then the border guards are going to stop him and all that shit. It's going to be a fucking circus. It's a circus already, but it's going to get more of a circus. If they actually do what the judge says and bring him back to America, he will be in front of a camera. If they just let him out, he'll be in front of a camera, just fewer cameras, because it's harder to get into El Salvador. It's not a great place to be. It's more dangerous than America, and there are fewer journalists, obviously. So they'll send somebody there. They'll get some cameras. They'll get some cell phone footage. They'll get it there, and then they will coordinate him coming to America. But that is what they're trying to avoid. They really, really, really need to avoid this, because he's going to tell us about firsthand torture, mistreatment, and unlawfulness. If the world sees that, they will feel bad about Donald Trump, and then maybe they won't listen to him and send any more people there. And that's what this is all about. Feelings all day long. But Tom Homan feels like it was fine. Tom Homan defends admin on mistaken deportation. I think we made the right decision. It has been proven to be the wrong decision, but he does not care. Border Czar Tom Homan is defending the Trump administration in the case of a Maryland man mistakenly deported to El Salvador, despite the Supreme Court ruling earlier this week, and the U.S. must facilitate his return. During the interview on Friday on Newsmax, Homan doubled down on the move, saying, I think we made the right decision. The aliens are to blame when they enter the country illegally. He was legal. He had legal status. They don't even care what the word legal and illegal mean anymore, which is why it's a crime. An MS-13 gang member, according to our intelligence, and even that of the intelligence of El Salvador. This is incorrect. Your intelligence is something a cop made up one time to hassle him. I'm not even kidding. Garcia was standing outside of a Home Depot hoping to get some work. He wanted to do hard labor in exchange for some money to feed his family and feed himself and take care of himself. That's what he wanted to do. Conservatives say that that's a good thing. They just don't like it when brown people do it. The cops wanted to hassle him. So they, and I am making this accusation here with no evidence, they invented a secret criminal informant who gave them intelligence that that guy was a member of a gang. You don't know who it is. The cops won't tell you who it is because it was a secret informant who told them that he was part of a gang in a state he'd never been to. They made it up. Or their secret informant made it up, and they believed it because they wanted to. Either there's a secret informant who is lying his ass off to the cops, and the cops totally love that because it lets them hassle people. Or the cops made it up because they want to hassle people. Anywho, so that secret information that cannot be proven in court and is literally just a rumor that I could say about anybody right now. Marco Rubio, member of MS-13. I heard it from a secret informant. You guys listen. Okay, I've got the super secret sauce. Tom Homan, listen. Tom Homan, I hope you're listening. I have good, solid intelligence that Marco Rubio is a member of MS-13. He's a member of MS-14 and the sequel. Okay, he is one level above MS-13. He is MS-14. Marco Rubio, literally a member of MS-14. No, I can't show you any evidence. No, I cannot prove it. No, I can't give you any sort of thing to put in front of a judge. No, I can't put this in writing anywhere. No, I can't prove to you in any way, but I'm going to need you to deport him, Tom Homan. Please. That's where we are. If he wasn't a member of the authoritarian state, like that might actually get him deported. That's enough to get people deported now. I suppose I would have to be a cop for that to work. Listen, the Supreme Court said we'll facilitate. He continued, however, we've got to remember that an El Salvador national and in the custody of the El Salvadoran government. So, we'll facilitate what we can, but I think we made the right decision. Being wrong is the right decision these days because you can't be too careful. Tom Homan hates all brown people. He hates everyone who isn't a straight white cis American man. So he wants to take their rights away. If those people who aren't like him have rights, then he's in danger. He feels like these people are scary. He is filled with fear and terror about people who don't look like him or talk like him or act like him. He is a gigantic super bigot and hates everyone who isn't him. And he gets to just decide the fate of human lives. And he will lie right to your face. And even when he makes a mistake, he will tell you it was the right decision. And I think that's all the immigration stuff I have to talk about today. So yeah, the immigrants are in trouble, and they're going to be harmed because the administration hates them, and they hate you. They don't like you, especially if you read or pay attention to the news or pay attention to politics. They don't like you. You need to stop doing that, according to them. So if you're paying attention, hop into the Discord. Go on over to the Discord or the Discord. Leave links and we'll talk about things. So go on over there. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me what you're feeling. Leave links to cool stories and I'll bring them up on the screen. It'll be a good time. Going over to the YouTube page. You can watch old videos. You can watch the shorts that I make and stuff like that. I turn all of these big, long ranting streams into smaller little individual things that you can watch on the YouTube link. Go on over there and spread some hate. Smash the subscribe button, break the bell, stab someone in the comments because YouTube and its algorithm are powered by hate And the more hate you spew on my channel, even if it's at me or at someone else, I don't care who, the better the YouTube algorithm will like me, and it will spread my message and your hatred and my hatred and everybody's hatred all around the place, because that's how YouTube works. I'm not happy about that, but it's how YouTube operates. What are we talking about today? Let's look at the economy. Yay! Oh wait, this is Social Security. Okay, so this is still about immigrants. So I was wrong. Here we go. We're still on immigrants. That was a little break. Trump administration overrode Social Security staff to list immigrants as dead. Senior executives who objected was marched out of his office and put on leave, while earlier warnings about the agency's death database were ignored. Social Security and the IRS has the list of people. They know who people are. And if you mark them as dead rather than ineligible for Social Security, you fuck up the legal system. Guess what happens if Social Security says that Mr. Garcia is dead? The liars who work for Donald Trump, the liars who work for Donald Trump's administration, will go in front of a judge, look him straight in the eye, and say, our records say he's dead. We can't bring him back from El Salvador. The Social Security record says he's dead. So we cannot follow through with this court order. He's dead. They're breaking the rules. They're breaking the laws. They're inventing their own evidence, man. What does it say? The labeling people dead strips them of their privacy protections granted to living individuals, and knowingly classifying living people as dead counts as falsifying government records. This is in addition to the harm inflicted on those suddenly declared dead who become unable to legally earn a living wage or draw benefits they may be eligible for. Social Security itself has acknowledged that an incorrect death declaration is a devastating blow. They will just lie. The government will just lie about who is and isn't alive, who is and isn't legal, who is and isn't allowed to be in the country, who is and isn't a criminal. Who has a criminal record? Whoever the fuck Donald says has a criminal record. He doesn't give a damn what the evidence says. He doesn't give a damn what the criminal record says. If he says you're a criminal, you're a criminal. If Pam Bondi says you're a criminal, you are. She doesn't have to prove that shit in a court. She doesn't have to prove that thing with evidence. She doesn't have to get a warrant. She doesn't have to have a judge. She doesn't have to have a jury of your peers prove that you are a criminal. She said you're a criminal. You go to the gulag. And if she says you're dead, then the government says you're dead. If the Social Security office says you're dead, you are. Not a damn thing you can do about it. You can scream at them live while being alive, stand in their office and scream at them about how alive you are. It won't matter. The government database says you're dead. And court orders don't apply to dead people. So no, we can't bring you back from the gulag. The government says you're dead. They make up whatever they want and they corrupt. This isn't corruption. This is anti-reality. This is unreal, incorrect data being created so that they can lie some more and dodge court orders. And this is only going to get worse. This is only going to get worse when they start lying to the actual agencies that exist. Team Trump is gaming out how to ship U.S. citizens to El Salvador. Who's next? Who's with me? I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to be the most chipper guy in the El Salvador gulag. I'm going to try and make it a good time. I'm going to start up a D&D game. Okay, listen. So I do have a plan for when I get shipped off to the gulag. Become a dungeon master. That shit goes hard. I know that some of you might not know this, but there are 3 places you can always find a D&D game. Listen, college, number 1. There's always a D&D game somewhere. Always. When you first get to college, you'll be like, hey, listen, hey. Where's the D&D game? Okay, where are they? 2, the military. There is always a D&D game. There's always a small group of people doing a D&D game within the military. You get that when you get to a new unit. You're like, hey, where's the D&D game? Who's the dungeon master? How are we running this stuff? Number 3, prison. There's always a D&D game. You when you show up after you get assaulted, you'll be like, hey, listen, where's the D&D game? Okay, I will be the dungeon master when we get to the El Salvador gulag. Let me know. Find me. If I get there before you, if I get there after you, I'll look you up. Yeah, D&D, Trader Todd, absolutely. There will be a D&D game going there, and I will run. I have enough of the knowledge already within my brain to run the damn thing without the books and without the dice. It'll be fine. We'll create some dice out of human teeth or something like that. When my teeth get knocked out, I'll reshape them. I'll carve them into D&D dice. It'll be a good time. That's my plan. I hope you have plans. Start drafting up your characters now. So yeah, they want to send U.S. citizens to El Salvador. Trump officials are talking internally about denaturalizing American citizens and potentially sending some of them to El Salvador. Donald Trump and his White House have moved to deport green card holders for espousing pro-Palestinian views, shipped hundreds of migrants to notorious Salvadoran megaprisons without due process in defiance of the judge's orders, and are now publicly musing about sending United States citizens to the prison in El Salvador. Trump last week said he would love to send American criminals there. He would even be honored to, depending on what the law says. White House Press Secretary White House Lie Secretary Carolyn Nazi Barbie Leavitt confirmed this week that the president has discussed this idea privately too, adding he would do this if it's legal. They'll just make it legal. They don't care what's legal. You guys, they don't care what is legal and what isn't. They will simply say it is legal, and then when the court says no, it's not, they'll push it up to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court, again, wants to agree with him because they like him. Legal experts agree that sending American citizens to prison in El Salvador would be flagrantly illegal under both U.S. and international law. They won't care. And that is the idea itself is shockingly authoritarian. They don't care. With few parallels in our nation's history. The Trump administration is indeed discussing this idea behind the scenes. Two sources familiar with the matter confirmed to Rolling Stone in their most serious form, these conversations have revolved around attempting to denaturalize American citizens and deport them to other countries. You can't deport U.S. citizens. There's no emergency exception. There's no special wartime authority. There's no secret clause. You just can't deport citizens. That man is about to be proven wrong. You just can't, says the well-educated man, until the dummies, the idiots that run the country do it. Oh, you can't. The law says you can't. Well, they'll do it anyway. This is not about law anymore. This is not about rules. This is not about, what's he got? Wartime authorities. This is not about secret clauses. This is about power. We're not in a country of laws anymore. We live in a country of power. If you own the presidency and the Senate and the House, you control the Department of Justice, you can do whatever the fuck you want. And no one can stop you. Maybe if you do something horrendous, the people will rise up and try to prevent you. But half of them agree with the horrendous parts. Most of the country, convinced by the media, thinks that sending out every brown person is a good idea. A lot of America is ethno-nationalist. They like that idea. There's a country for white people. There's a country for black people. There's a country for brown people. There's a country for Venezuelans. There's a country for El Salvadorans. There's a country for Americans. And if you don't look like me, you might not be an American, according to them and their ideas. I think that's a horrendous, terrible idea, but that's what they push for when you get down to their really bottom beliefs. When you drill down all the way down to the bedrock, which is what I try to do when I'm discussing these things. What do they want? They want white America for white Americans. That is what this is pushing for. This is where we're headed. Whatever grounds they try to come up with for their denaturalization or expatriation, the one thing that is absolutely undeniable is that the people are entitled to individualized processes before that process can be effectuated, says the very intelligent man before they put him on a train. This guy, who said that? Who said that? That was Steve Vladek. Steve Vladek, legal commentator, will tell you that they're not allowed to do it just before they put him on the train. Sorry, Steve. I like you. I like what you have to say. I agree with you. I think we should be a country based on laws, but they don't. And they got the power because they convinced a bunch of scared middle-aged boomers to vote for them. And the Dems suck. So that's it. It's over. Country collapsed. Country abandoned. No more rule of law, only the rule of Donald Trump's feelings. What is this one? Oh, and while we're talking about white nationalism, I'm so good at segues. See how I did that? I'm very good at this. The naval, what is this? This is the, where is this? This is the Naval Library or something. The U.S. Naval Academy's library has had books banned from it. The U.S. Naval Academy has a library filled with books. Pete Signal Hegseth has determined what books are acceptable and what books are not. He's probably rounding up all the ones that he doesn't like to burn later. But I don't think he's going to televise the book burning. He's just going to remove them. What has been removed? Removed is I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou, a black lady. Her transformative best-selling 1970 memoir chronicling her struggles with racism and trauma. That has to be removed. Mein Kampf by Adolf Hitler is still there. Gone is memorializing the Holocaust. Janet Jacobs' 2010 examination of how female victims of the Holocaust have been portrayed and remembered. That's a lady, and she's talking about women issues. That's woke. It has to go. Camp of the Saints, a very, very, very racist book by John Respale, is still on the shelves. 1973 novel which envisions a takeover of the Western world by immigrants from developing countries, has been embraced by white supremacists and promoted by Stephen Miller, a senior White House advisor. This is one of the worst fucking books you can ever read because it's just hateful bigotry towards people who are different. The takeover of the Western world by immigrants. Filthy, disgusting, poop-eating monsters from other countries come to America and make it like their country. Stephen Miller reads this book and gets turgid, gets hard as a rock. He gets really excited when he reads this book. It makes him spooge. It really does. Because he really hates immigrants. They hate people. The Bell Curve, which argues that black men and women are genetically less intelligent than white people, is still on the shelves. But a critique of that book was removed. So the Bell Curve gets to stay, even though in the book that says, hey, this bell curve ain't quite what it seems to be. It's quite wrong. That gets pulled. Trump administration decision to order the banning of certain books from the U.S. Navy Academy Library is a case study in ideological censorship, alumni and academics say. Yeah, but the alumni and academics read books, so they can't be trusted. But the White House hates them. They're telling their officers what they can and can't read, man. The 1984 and Fahrenheit 451 and Brave New Worlds comparisons just get easier every single day. I wonder what happened to those books that got removed. Wouldn't surprise me if Pete Signal Hegseth burns them. Like he probably would secretly. They're not gonna. They know. They're TV people. Donnie and Pete. They are TV people. Pete Signal Hegseth is a TV personality. He knows how TV works and he knows what is good TV and what isn't. Book burnings are not it. He's a Nazi, so he is, and a white nationalist. So he is going to not put the book burning on TV. It'll happen behind closed doors, and maybe it'll leak through Signal, perhaps. He's going to Pete Signal Hegseth is going to invite people to the book burning on Signal, and he's actually going to include some journalists, and then Stephen or Mr. Waltz, I forget his first name, is accidentally going to invite some people to the book burning. It's going to be a good time, and then they're going to live stream the whole thing, and then that'll leak, and then we'll get to watch the book burnings. It'll be great. It'll be a good time, and then we'll go on to Fox News and we'll go on to Twitter and watch the right wing defend it. That's what'll happen. Pete Hegseth could be fucking literally burning books, and Fox News would protect it. They would say, this is just freedom of speech. If you're allowed to burn the flag, you're allowed to burn books. And they would cheer for it. They would clap. They would sing along at the campfire as they sing songs around all the bonfire of burning books. Pete Hegseth will be a hero. He'll get a promotion. They'll give him a Medal of Freedom. Donald Trump will cheer for him, and then we'll have and then tomorrow they'll do something stupid again. Tomorrow they'll wreck the economy, and he'll change up the tariffs, and they'll change up the percentages, and then we'll all talk about that, and we'll move on and forget about the book burning. Because the media doesn't do a good job. They're doing a bad job right now. Speaking of tariffs, I'm so good at segues, you guys. I'm so good at this. I'm such a good streamer. If you want to tell me what a good streamer I am, you can go to the YouTube link right there and tell me what a good streamer I am. If you hop in a chat, tell me how great I am. It really would hurt Donald Trump's feelings if you told me how great I am. Speaking of the economy, Trump exempts phones, computers, and chips from the new tariffs because they change every day. Tariffs are less predictable than the fucking weather, man. Like, they change every day. This happened today. Like, yesterday this was not true. Today it is. Tomorrow it will be something different. They change more often than I change my undies. Doing great, boss. Thank you, Shinsinto. You have struck a blow against Donald Trump, and I appreciate that. That's a strong stance that you have taken, and I look forward to seeing you in the gulag. Trader Todd said the best streamer ever. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. You will also be in the gulag, but I will save you guys a place in my D&D campaign when we are in the gulag. I will save you a good one of the good seats. You know, I'm not going to have you sitting on a bucket or on the floor. No. Shinsinto and Trader Todd, they get the best seats for the D&D game that I run from the El Salvador gulag. You can't see YouTube chat right now, but there are thousands of people telling me what a great job I'm doing. You just have to believe me. Trump exempts phones, computers, and chips from new tariffs. This is dumb. This is real dumb. Smartphones and computers will be exempted from Trump's reciprocal tariffs. Trump's earlier this month imposed a 145% tariff on products from China, a move that was poised to take a toll on tech companies like Apple, which makes most of its other products in China. The guidance also includes exclusions for other electronic devices and components, including semiconductors, solar cells, flat panel TV displays, flash drives, memory cards, solid-state drives used for storing data. So what this is, and I'm going to go on a slight, I'm going to put the tinfoil hat on, and I'm going to do a little bit of slight. I don't think this is a conspiracy. No, it's not a conspiracy. Tim Apple called up Donald Trump and kissed his ass. He bent his knee and said, "Hey, Donnie, listen, you are hurting me and I need some money. This tariff is going to hurt my business. You're a smart guy. You're a genius. You're brilliant. I know that everything you've ever done is so amazing. Just exempt smartphones from this thing and I'll make some American jobs and I'll tell everybody how great you are." And then Donald Trump said, "Yeah, you got it, bud." Because this has always been the plan. The tariffs aren't about the economy. The tariffs aren't about making American jobs. The tariffs aren't about making American factories. The tariffs aren't about Americans. The tariffs are to get people to kiss Donnie's ass. That is all they've ever been. Elon is already kissing Donnie's ass. Elon is immune to tariffs. The Washington Post and Amazon are going to be immune from the tariffs because Jeff Bezos kisses Donnie's ass. Zuckerberg is kissing his ass, but they don't make anything, so it's not like they're tariffs. They're just going to have deregulation and de-wokeifying and no more lawsuits against them from the DOJ because Zuckerberg is kissing Donnie's ass. This is a shakedown. This is extortion. This is a mob rule. This is organized crime. This is a protection racket. If you don't kiss his ass, you have to pay more. And you have to pay tariffs. And you have to pay taxes. And he's going to raise your taxes. And he's going to call you a bad businessman. And then your stock is going to go down. And then you're going to get fired. And then the next person that comes in will kiss his ass. And then the stock will go up. This is an extortion racket. This is a protection racket. Just the way the mob used to work. The organized crime in old New York ran protection. Yeah, they would charge you your store money. And if you didn't pay, they put on masks and broke your shit. Pay us or we'll break your shit is the Donald Trump policy. Pay us or we will break your shit. That's it. That's why the law firms are agreeing with him. That's why those law firms have suddenly given him all this free law firm work. They're paying him so he won't break their shit. And so Tim Apple called up Donnie and said, hey, how about I pay you? And he's like, yeah, of course you can pay me. And then I won't break your shit, maybe. The tariffs, here's, look at this. The new tariff rates on selected goods from China. So these are the amounts. We've got the 245 on these items. These items will get more expensive unless the syringe and needle companies kiss his ass, and then he will make it go away. Lithium-ion batteries are at 173% from the fentanyl and reciprocal tariffs. But if those companies call and kiss his ass, this will go away. Squid, apparently, is being tariffed at 170%. I love squid. I hope there's not a whole lot of squid eaters out there. I have it out every once in a while when I'm in a Asian food restaurant or the sushi place or something like that. And they're like, hey, you want some squid? I'm like, yeah, sure. But that's 170% tariff. But that will go away if the squid farmers call Donnie and kiss his ass. Wool sweaters, 169% tariff. If the manufacturers and owners and companies who make wool sweaters call and kiss Donnie's ass, this will go away. That is the plan. That has always been the plan. And I like this one. Look at this. Import a Chinese battery for 145% tariff. But if you import a Chinese battery inside a Chinese laptop, that's a 20% tariff. If you import a Chinese battery inside a Vietnamese laptop, that's a 0% tariff. This is why the factories will not come back to America. It won't. All the conservatives who are on Fox News and Fox Business saying all the manufacturing is going to come back to America are stupid. This is what will happen. If there's a big tariff, they'll send it to Vietnam, and then it'll get zero tariff. There won't be an increase in American jobs. There won't be an increase in American manufacturing. There won't be an increase in American factories. No. They'll just ship it to Vietnam, man. Do the same thing they were doing anyway. And if Vietnam gets 100% tariff, they'll ship it to Cambodia, where they have 0% tariff. Businessmen will do business. It's a global business economy now. You cannot put that back in the box. You cannot stuff that back down. You cannot put that shit away. It's out. It's happening. You live on a globe, not in an isolated country that is like an island. You live on a globe. We can fly to the other side of it within a few hours. Stop pretending. But conservatives are a backward-facing ideology. They liked it better when China was some faraway thing that no one had ever heard of and no one had ever been to. And you couldn't actually go there. They liked it better that way. They liked it when it was really hard to get to America. They liked it when it was really hard to cross a border. They liked it better back then, back in the old days, the bad old days. That's what they want. That's what they want for us in the future. Their vision of the future is the past. They're a backward-facing ideology who is fooled and tricked and taken advantage of by business people. This plan that you're looking at right now, this blatantly obvious, who is this guy? This is Jolie Politano, has already found a flaw within the conservative tariff plan. If he can find it, and I can find it, you know who else is going to find it? Everyone who works at Amazon, everyone who works at Intel, everyone who works at every company in the world, every corporation already put this plan into place. And they're going to do it. Every corporation that makes something or anything, any manufacturing company, is working on this right now. And it will not make more American factories. They already know this. They're like, hey, if it's too expensive there, ship it somewhere else and then ship it into America. And then we pay less tariffs. They have entire departments, these companies, These giant corporations have departments devoted to avoiding extra costs. How do we cut cost? How do we minimize cost? Well, don't pay for it in China. Pay the China ships it to Vietnam, then we pay less for it. And they will do that. And Donald Trump doesn't care. You will pay more for some things and you'll pay more for a lot of things. And it'll be fine because Donnie doesn't care. This is about power. This is about people kissing his ass. All those companies that came to him to kiss his ass and get off the tariff list are going to just do whatever they do. He doesn't care what they do or how much it costs you. They kissed his ass. That's the important part. However, the cost of 3 consumer goods have hit all-time highs. Here's how everyday prices are changing under Trump. I saw that this is the egg chart. Everybody loves the egg chart. $2, and we're right up here. March of 2025. Yesterday, Donald Trump said eggs have never been lower. He doesn't care. This chart can go as high as it wants. It could get up to $8, $9, $10, $11, $12. And Donald Trump will look into the camera and tell you that eggs have never been cheaper. The chart will be off the chart. That yellow line will be off the chart. We will have to reframe the chart because it goes so high. And Donnie will look into the camera and he will tell you eggs have never been cheaper. Groceries, cheapest they've ever been. Doesn't matter. Biden ruined the economy, inflation. I made everything cheaper. And this will be the highest it's ever been. And some people will believe him because they want to. The economy is based on feelings. Politics is based on feelings. And the people who want to ignore the facts will do so because it makes them feel good. Let's see, milk is probably up, not just this, according to the Centers for Disease Control, but who listens to them? They're just a bunch of nerds who count things and know biology. But unlike eggs, milk has remained relatively unchanged. Okay, so milk has remained unchanged. White bread, 188. Cost has shifted minimally. Bread is higher than it was a few years ago, 37% higher than in 2020. So we're up on bread. Bananas. Hovering at 63. Small increase from February. Okay, so tiny increase. Oranges have dropped from October's high. Orange is cheaper in the winter months, so oranges change. But staple food, tomatoes, 182, down 11 year over year. Like oranges, tomatoes price varies depending on the time of year, so it's a seasonal thing. 208, so we're slightly increased in chicken. Ground beef, let's see, spiked from February to March, jumping 2% to an all-time high, according to in February to March. Who was the president February to March? Was it Joe Biden? Was it Barack Obama? Was it Hillary Clinton? No, it was Donnie. 11 cents more. Factors. More recently, China and European Union announced tariffs on beef, among other U.S. farm exports, hinting that this may not be the last time we see record prices this year. So the beef is going to go up. Electricity probably up only a fraction of a cent more. The average price logged the past month were highest on record going back more than 45 years. So electricity is up. Gasoline is a complicated one because it has 1,000 other things going on. Natural gas, energy, electricity, gasoline, and natural gas are more complicated to pay attention, and they fluctuate so wildly because it's hard to keep them lying around. If you have 1,000 PlayStations, you can sell them. And if they sit on a shelf for a few weeks, that's okay. If the economy takes a downturn and you still have 900 PlayStations left, you can sell them later. They don't expire quite as fast as gasoline, electricity, and natural gas. That shit expires and it's got to be used and it's got to go out and it has to be stored, and it's dangerous to store it. I don't know if you've ever put a whole gallon of gasoline in your house. It's dangerous. I don't know if you've ever tried to store 10,000 gallons of gasoline, but that is difficult. Okay, it's dangerous. It's difficult. You can fuck that up and it can go wrong. So it has to be sold. and electricity is hard to put into a battery, and then you have to keep up the batteries, and they have acid, and there's a whole thing. And then same for natural gas. It's hard to like store a whole shitload of it. So they don't want to store a whole shitload of it for when the economy turns back up 6 months from now. So it's a little bit of a complicated decision there with those. Those have their own interesting things. So what else have we got? We've got, here we go, high tariffs for everyone except those who curry favor with the king. It's more important to compete at Mar-a-Lago than at the market. I like this. This is correct. Mar-a-Lago is where the stock prices are set now, not on the market. Smartphones and laptops and other electronics will be exempt from Trump's sweeping tariffs on China probably because Tim Apple called him at Mar-a-Lago and said, hey, this is what we need now. Sorry, I'm trying to delete this thingy. There we go. I had to ban the bad robots. That's the only thing that'll be left in the economy. The economy will collapse. We're not going to have jobs anymore. You're just going to do grift at each other. I'm going to grift to you through this camera for money, and then you're going to grift somebody else. You're going to hack somebody else and steal their money, or you're just going to set up a call server that calls me on my phone every 17 times a day, offering me loans, and then maybe you'll send it out to 1 million people, and then maybe some of them will click on it, and then you'll get $1, and then you'll spend that $1 on me. It's a grift economy now. Everybody just grifts everybody else. That's how the economy will work from now on. But yeah, I like this thing. It's more important to compete at Mar-a-Lago than in the market. Mar-a-Lago is where the world is determined to be correct or incorrect or right or wrong. It's not in the courts. We don't use the courts to determine what's correct or incorrect anymore. We use Mar-a-Lago to tell us what is true and what is not. And let's see, what do we got? Okay, so I'm going to look at this one, and then we'll talk about the SAVE Act, and I'm going to fly through this one. I don't want to talk about the SAVE Act right now because it hasn't passed yet. This guy he's wrong. Let's listen to him be wrong.
He's in every space, including the arts. So one of the things was the Kennedy Center. When Donald Trump came in, he said, I'm going to make the Kennedy Center great again. And his first action was to fire the board and put in new people. And the left lost their mind. So I want you to talk to me about.
Because that's dumb. Those people belong there. They shouldn't be booted because of their political ideology, but they were.
What his strategy is there, and also about the finances of it. And now we're seeing record attendance. Oof. What's going on?
Yeah, look, President Trump cares very deeply about the arts. And
no, he doesn't. He doesn't understand arts. Conservatives don't understand art.
And he looked at what's happening at the Kennedy Center, and he said this is unacceptable. So he is from
a political standpoint, he doesn't like the politics of the artists there, so he had the vice president fire them. He doesn't like art. He doesn't respect it. He doesn't know what their point is. He just knows they don't like him, which means you have to go.
Chairman of the board, he installed me as the interim president. And the fact of the matter is when you look at the finances for the Kennedy Center, he did it just in time. When I came in and when he came in, we had zero in reserves. We had zero in the bank. And we were paying staff with debt reserves. And that's not sustainable. And so we've already turned that around in 6 weeks. We've done a hiring freeze. We've fired a lot of the bloat, and we've saved about $6.2 million in 8 weeks already.
At the Kennedy Center on art, the bloat. They weren't arting fast enough. They weren't doing enough art. They weren't putting out the art that Donald Trump liked.
Donald Trump is coming to the opening of Les Mis on June 11th. He's doing a fundraiser for the Kennedy Center. We expect to raise millions for that. So he personally is turning this around. He also sent me to Capitol Hill. I've been speaking to senators trying to figure out how do we get the budget right? How do we turn around the Kennedy Center? First of all, we got to get more donors. We got to get everyone needs to be included. We don't need to be booing Republicans if the vice president shows up. People need to be able to sit in chairs.
you shouldn't boo the vice president when he shows up at the place that he's ruining. You should boo the vice president everywhere he goes. I don't want him to have a single moment where someone isn't booing him. I want every single place he goes. He went to Vermont for a ski trip, Vice President Vance. You should boo him when he shows up there. When he shows up at the opera, boo him. When he shows up at the Kennedy Center, boo him. When he shows up in your hometown, boo him. This is the only thing that hurts their feelings. This hurts their feelings to be booed. Yeah, I'll boo for him anytime for free. Exactly. This is the thing that will make them feel bad. I'll talk about it in a few minutes. Kobe K. Dog, stick around. Boo him. Boo every politician that ever doesn't care about it. And the conservatives don't care about you the most. They hate you the most. So boo J.D. Vance. He does not like you. He does not care about you. He hates you, in fact. He does not want you to have art that he doesn't approve of. J.D. Vance is now the art czar. If he doesn't like your art, he's going to cancel it. If he doesn't like your art, he's going to move it. He's going to get rid of it. You just turned a frog gay. Kobe K-Dog, I hope you're proud of yourself. You just turned a frog gay. Every time you follow me, it turns a frog gay. I'm proud of you. I hope you are proud of yourself. He's the czar of art now. And if he doesn't like your art or it doesn't glorify Führer or Trump, then he will cancel it. He will destroy it. He will defund it and kick it out of the Kennedy Center, because art should be forwarding the fucking state. That is what they think. They really do want art only to do one thing: glorify their authoritarian state. If your art is not doing that, it gets removed. Just like with the books we talked about earlier. Those books aren't pushing forward American nationalism. Those books have got to go. What you see is the Nazis did destroy a lot of art. Thank you for saying that. Sorry that YouTube chat doesn't appear on screen today. I apologize for that. But you're right. The Nazis destroyed lots of art. They destroyed lots of books. Donald Trump's administration has done both of those things today. They have removed things from the Kennedy Center. They are choosing what is and isn't acceptable art. And they are removing books from the Naval Academy Officer Library because they don't want them to read that stuff. They don't want them to see those things. They don't want you to say certain words, as we proved with Mahmoud Khalil today, and the other guy who had a tattoo that they felt was dangerous. They have removed. And then they will look at you they will look you in the face. They will look at J.D. Vance, the czar of art, has told you what is and what isn't acceptable art, and he will look at you and tell you that he is protecting the First Amendment. It's disgusting. Makes me fucking sick. And we should boo him constantly. Every single time he goes anywhere, we should scream boo at him all the time. All right. So that is enough ranting for today. I'm going to keep ranting. If you're in chat, hop over to the Twitch chat. I just turned the robot on. There's a robot. Listen.
Robot.
See that? That's a robot. Twitch chat gets read out loud. YouTube chat doesn't even appear on the screen today. I'm very apologize to all of my YouTube fans. Thousands of you. I see you chatting in there. Hundreds of thousands of people in my YouTube chat right now chatting at me. I love you. I'm sorry. OBS did this to you. OBS had an update. I said, skip it for now. Remind me later. And now YouTube chat doesn't appear. And that's very sad. I hope the thousands and thousands of you that are in there can forgive me. I am going to start up a video game right now. We are going to play Castlevania for another little bit. And if you're in Twitch chat, the lovely lady robot will read it out loud to us. So we can just debate things. You can hit me with your epic memes. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me what you're feeling. And the robot lady Canooch will read it out loud. So let's get the game started. How about that? I'm going to go to my files, Duck Station, start it up. Go on over to the YouTube link as well, and you can watch old videos. YouTube, there's the YouTube link. Go on over there. And you can watch old videos, and you can see all the old stuff. Load the state. Bam. There we go. Video game up. Push this button. Then press this button down here, turn off the window capture, turn on the game capture. And it should pop right up. There we go. Playing Castlevania. Hell yeah. All right. I got my ass handed to me by like the big old extra lightning boss. He killed me. But I have a better plan this time, and hopefully I won't die. Let's see. Let's watch. Bam. Go. Where the hell is it? Let me turn my volume down.
You had a Twitch ad for Ed treatment. You're literally helping give people boners.
That's fantastic news, Shinsinto. Thank you. I did not know that. They are chosen like at random, so I don't know what they are. So we have to put on our where's our demon? There he is. So our demon is going to go down here, press a button.
This switch hasn't been pressed yet.
Good job, demon friend. We switch back to the fairy because we like her better. Where'd she go? Fairy. There we go. Nope, that's the wrong fairy. Our scroll is on. Where's the? That's the worst part about this game is the UI is very bad. It's a bad UI. And yeah, I mean it. I don't think we live in a country of laws anymore. We're not a country of laws decided by the rules and the judges. We exist only in Donald Trump's appreciation. If he likes what you're doing, it's legal. If he doesn't like it, it's not. Gonna need that life apple. I'm gonna fight that boss here in a minute. We're trapped in a capitalist fucking hellscape. We can't make things better because we don't have the money, and you can't get the money because you have to have the political power to get the money. So it's a fucking nightmare. We live in a capitalistic dystopia. Okay, so new chat, Kobe K Dog. No, I don't like Russia. They are literally doing a war right now for dumb reasons that shouldn't be respected. They're lying and harming people for their own benefit. Trying to take other people's land. It's a bad thing. I don't like that at all. They are the aggressors within the Ukrainian war. To end the Ukrainian war, they could just end it anytime they want. Stop stealing other people's land. Not acceptable. Hey, sword. And okay. Yeah, there we go. It does it if you do a Hadouken, you get a super move. Super move. Grapes. Love grapes. But tell me what you're thinking. Tell me what you're feeling. What do you think about the stuff? Will Mr. Garcia ever get back to America? Will he be kicked out forever? Is he already dead? Some people are already saying that too, which doesn't make me feel good, but some people are saying it or suggesting it. Or if you really want to put your conspiracy hat on, they'll accidentally crash the plane on the way over. Because that would be amazing. That we found him, he's here, we totally got him. No, you can't see him, but we're gonna bring him home. And then they try, and oops, the plane crashed. The pilot survived. He had a parachute, but Mr. Garcia did not survive. Sorry. Sucks to be him. That happens. Maybe next time, liberals. Don't know why he was your hero anyway. I hate these witches. You know, you don't have to fight them. You just walk by. I am slightly thinking that he will not make it back to America. I think they'll come up with some sort of goofy excuse about how El Salvador won't let him out or something along those lines. And then they can't tell them what to do, even though they totally tell them what to do on a daily basis. And then the Supreme Court will uphold it. That's what I think is going to happen. And because the Supreme Court really, really wants to agree with Donald Trump all the time, they want to agree with him, they'll find an excuse to do so. And because they want to agree with him, they'll lie about what the law says. They'll make some stuff up. They'll find an excuse in 1887 law that allows it to happen, and say, "Oh well, that's originalism. In 1887, they did the thing, so it's fine. They're allowed to do that thing because they did it in 1887 one time, even though it got turned over and everybody hated it and they said it was illegal back in 1888. But 1887 it stood, so it stands today." Nope. Stupid diamond. Always sneaking her in there. Nobody wants you, diamond. Should have left the spike breaker on. Spikes, spike, 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 break, 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 spike, break, 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 break. Feels good. Is there anywhere else to go in here? So I got one up there. Anything up here? Nope. Get the spell off. Shit. Okay, damn it. It's a dangerous spell. There's a lot of ice on the screen. Go this way. Nope. Stupid bats. Can't touch me, I'm fogged. This is where I died last time, so we're gonna save scum. You can yell at me if you like, but we are gonna. Where's the button? Save state. Yeah, we saved. Okay. I died last time, and that's embarrassing. Okay, have you ever played a video game on stream and then died a horrible death because you suck? Okay, it's fucking embarrassing. All right, you would do this too. We got our heaven sword. We're gonna. How long do those lightning potions last? Strong versus all attacks. We're gonna try and keep the Alucard shield on, and we're gonna equip. We're gonna eat some lightning potion to start with. Where's my lightning? Resist stone. Resist holy. This UI is so awful. Resist fire. Resist ice. Holy Jesus. Resist dark. I hate this UI. Resist thunder. There we go. Damn. Why is that so hard? Then we're going to take one of those. Once we get inside, we're going to put that back on, and then resist fire, lightning, and ice. But the lightning mail, strong versus lightning attacks. But it brings everything else down. Maybe the Alucard mail is enough. I did switch over to the lightning mail last time. Maybe that was a mistake. Oh, this is not the boss. This is not the boss. What am I doing with my life, honestly? Wait, isn't there a headpiece that makes it all immune? Restore save points by ice damage. Restore save points by poison. Cat damage. Shit. Do I have a lightning one? I don't. Damn. Okay. Now this is the boss, right? No. The necklace of Jay. What up, Jay? Go. Green skeletons. Dogs are barking at. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I could have saved here last time when I died. Remember when I died? Last Saturday, I could have gone in this room, saved, and then gone into the fight the boss. But I didn't, because I'm a moron who likes doing things wrong. Oh, that's a diamond. Okay. right, here we go. Gonna drink my thunder potion. There we go. Then we're going to equip a shield back on. Who's at the bottom, obviously. Alcard shield. There we go. Now we fight the guy. He can hit me in misform. That's dangerous. Can I just stay up here? Ah, no. Dude, what? Now we get to eat some food. Gotta drink some potions. Where are our potions? The fairy will do them automatically, but restores about half hit points. Okay. Put our shield back on. Am I cheesing him? Oh, I'm cheesing. I'm cheesing so hard, you guys. I'm cheesing. Oh, shit. I dropped it. I lost the cheese. I lost the cheese. Where'd my high potion go? I just had it. What's an elixir? Restores all hit points. All right. Put that on. I hit the button for the potion. What are you doing to me? Lying ass game, man. My game's gonna lie to me. That time the potion took. All right, good. Takes an hour and a half to get a potion to work. Did he just boot me against the wall? Oh, we're cheesing again? Maybe. Ah, that dude, he's not even swinging the stick. That shouldn't count. Thanks, Harry. She doesn't use the big ones, though. I think she only uses the little ones. Come on, good God. Can I get... Dude, there's just nothing you can do. There's probably a good, smart, intelligent way to play this fucking game, to beat this boss, but I don't know what it is. I don't remember him kicking the shit out of me when I was a kid. I think there is a hat that will turn off, that will heal you from the lightning. I just don't have it, because wherever it comes from, I haven't been to yet. Oh, she's doing protection from thunder. Thank you. Why didn't you do that last time? just touch his feet and you get injured. That's horseshit. You just touch his feet. Not even attacking. He's just like existing. We're out of high potions. Great. Let's eat a pot roast in the middle of a fight. How about that? Oh, come on. Sometimes he can get you, and sometimes he can't. 8 hit points. Let's see if we can pull this off. Or he murders me. Where's that elixir? It's up top, wasn't it? I swear I had an elixir that does all my hit points, or did I drink them all? I probably already took them all. Good lord. Damn it.
Alucard shield cheese strats next.
Cheese strats. Yeah, maybe. Am I doing it wrong? Am I just taking up? Am I just playing badly? It's entirely possible that I suck and don't remember. I have 12 hit points. Oh, thank God. Where is all my fucking food, my potions and shit? I have kind of been speedrunning it, so I haven't picked up any of the stuff that you usually get when you run around back and forth. When you play the game, normally, and you don't know where everything is, you end up running back and forth, left, right, left, right, left, right, and you get up a lot of levels, and you get a lot of food and extra crap.
Alucard shield rod is easy mode.
Okay. Try that then. Where's my shield rod? There it is. Oh, he's doing way less damage. I'm not hitting him. Good God. I can't get near him. Did that do... Okay, he died. I did most of it without the cheese. But yeah, you're right. That shield rod does make me a lot more defensive. Took everything I had. We did it! Hooray! That was embarrassing still. Let's put our...
Thus the shield is the main weapon.
Use the shield as the main weapon? How? Do you just hold it out and it bounces off or something? Maybe I'm too dumb.
Walk into enemies with it up.
Oh. Never done that. Never knew. Let's try it though. Maybe it'll be fun. I hate the UI in this game. Okay. Something about how it's left and right at the same time that I can't read it anymore. Do that. And we just hold the shield out. And it hurts people. Some people down here. It's a ruby circlet. And the gas cloud. I'm no longer a cloud. I'm a fart cloud. Fart cloud. Fart cloud. The ruby circlet makes me immune to fire, right? Yeah. Restores hit points by fire. I think there's one of those for lightning that would make that fight real easy. It's just that I just don't happen to have it at the moment. Fart cloud. Is there anything else down here? There's not. I'm going to go back to the library. That's what I'm doing. And then we'll try out this shield thingy. Where's my library card? Actually, you know what? I'm not doing that. It's too long of a walk. There's a teleporter right there. And a save spot. We're going to save and we're going to teleport. Alright, let's try this rod technique. Here we go. Up, we're super powered. Just hold it out. And fools just get murdered. Amazing. Easy mode. What? Why didn't I know this before? I had no idea. I really didn't know. And it just heals you. Okay, until it wears off. Jeez. That's like cheating. We'll save it for emergencies. Saves teleporters down there. Stupid weeds. All right, what else do we need? Where else have we not been? That might be all of it. Let me check my relics real quick. I think I have all the 1 of 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have all the stuff I've had. I'm missing the Sword Brother card, the sword that follows you around instead of a fairy, and whatever the hell that is. That's the wolf spirit, I think. The power of the wolf runs swiftly. You can like kill people faster as a wolf or something. I think I don't really need it. Nobody likes the wolf. The wolf is lame, and everyone knows it. But the Sword Brother, where is the sword card? What have I missed for the Sword Brother? Because that's the other thing about these games. You got to stare at the map and look at the places you haven't been. And try and find a door you haven't been through. And then go to that door. And then it takes some time for you to get to that door because it's annoying. And you got to kill everything on the way. Boop, 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 boop. I see one at the bottom right. And I haven't been to. I think that's the grand staircase. Now, where's the closest teleporter? pain in the ass. No good teleporters near there. That's probably nothing anyway. We're going to go anyway. So we're going to go to there. Teleport. We're at the penis teleporter. You can see it right there on the screen, right in front of Alucard's face. We don't need that one. We're at the lion teleporter. That's also wrong. Horse teleporter. Let's see. Yeah, horse. We're going to go down and then around. Okay. We'll just find a place that I haven't been to yet. And then maybe it'll be the place with the sword. Then there's a spell that you can do with the sword guy that I don't remember. But like you do a spell and then you can teleport outside the map or something like that. And then you can get your percentage above 100%. And back in the game FAQs days, back when that was like the coolest website in the world, everybody would try and get that percentage above as high as you can. And there was like a record for like 240 something percent or whatever it was. And then I watched them all compete kind of with each other. We go this way. Right. Stinky fart cloud. I thought there was a door here. It was here. Still on the right track? Yeah, we're gonna go there. Got this door. Then we go down that side, okay. We don't need to deal with all these fools. It is fun to poison them. Poison, sting, die to the fart cloud. You idiots. Die. Okay. So, keep going left. Yeah, okay, I know what this is. That's the lightning ring, which is a cool weapon that eats up all your hearts real fast. Hey, big guy, how about you Die. It's hard to hit with the lightning. The lightning's a little too short. Short range. See, now I'm down to 91 hearts. Yeah, it just eats it up real fast. Why am I chasing this guy down? I don't know. Sometimes it's fun to just kill him. This is the elevator. There's a boss room in here with Sypha from the TV show. If you watched the Netflix show, we're about to fight her, or an evil clone of her. That's the way out. I don't want to go there, but we're going to go through just to complete the map. Go, now it's connected. Makes me feel better. Idiot. Stupid werewolf just standing there getting stabbed in the knees. Whoa. Get farted on. I think the boss room is coming up. Oh, big old cow skull. It's a weird enemy in any video game. The floating cow skulls. Save spot. Okay. Zircon. A buffalo star. It's a big throw-in shuriken that you can only use once. Where did I miss it? There's a boss in here somewhere. The Graham. I think that's just a regular sword. There's nothing even special about it. Sword named Graham. Brilliant. I think they're onto something there. Well, it's got a pretty good high attack. Does it do anything special? I don't think it does. Look at him running from me. Now this has got to be the boss, right? Yeah, I'd rather have the axe. Where the hell did the boss go? Oh, I see it. I see it. I went around them. Went all the way around them. I'm dumb. Sorry, guys. That's supposed to be. Through the floor or something over there. There's the boss. You can always tell the music stops. So yeah, this is Richter and Sypha. Look at her. It looks like her. Fake Sypha. There she is. Doing her magic. And there's fake Trevor from the show that we all watched. I don't think that other guy has been in the show. The thiefy ninja boy. Grant. Yeah, I don't remember him from the show at all. They used Alucard, who is also on the screen right now. But should have thrown an axe at it, but I'm dumb. I'm so excited. My heavenly sword. Isn't there a thing hidden in here? I think there's a breakable wall in here. I don't remember. It's weird I can't go there. Guess not. Misremembering. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. So I'm done here. Is there anything else that I need to do before I beat the game? I don't think so, other than find the stupid sword brother, but I don't remember where he is. I might look it up later. Or not. We're going to save it, actually. And then call it off for the day. Because it's already noon. Which means I'm done with stream for today, and we're done with all the stuff. And we had a good time playing the Castlevania. So what we'll do is next Saturday. Yeah, I'll be here for next Saturday. I will beat this game, I think. I'm going to hit the system. Save state right there. And then we're going to close it. Then we're going to press the buttons. All right, so that was a good stream today. I had a good time. It was a bunch of cool stuff. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate everybody who's here. Thank you very much. I we'll be back on, not this Wednesday. So this Wednesday, I'm out of town, but I will be back on Saturday. And Saturday, we will talk about the news. We'll see if there's anything important happening. We'll do the same thing we did today. We'll look at the news. We'll have a good feel about it. And then we'll play the end of this game. And that'll be a good thing. That'll be fun. So come on by on Saturday. If you are interested in seeing more Bobo baby pictures, you can do that at the Discord right there. Or the Discord. You can do that at the Discord right here. Go over to the Discord, look at the channels, leave links for me to talk about, and I'll put them up on screen. Put fan art or any memes or anything like that, or anything that you think is cool, throw it on in there. Then debate people while you're there, I suppose. And if you want to watch the YouTube, you can do that on the YouTube link right there. Press the any button, go there and press any button. If you have hate in your heart, when you press a button on YouTube, YouTube will feel it and promote me, because all of YouTube is based on hatred, and that helps. So that is it for me today. Thank you very much. I'll be back on Saturday, a week from today, at the normal time. And until then, dodge the gulag. Don't get arrested. Try not to get sent to the gulag. I'll be back on Saturday unless the brown shirts kick in my door and drag me off to the gulag. See you later, Trader John. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. And I will talk to everybody later. Goodbye.